My inner Oppenheimer today is telling me to do the Axes of Mortars once again, but with a twist. We're also doing the No Harvest achievement as well, so we're getting the following towers. The biggest one, Poppin' Ore and Blooncineration. CHIMPS done a video recently of the Axes of Mortar on Underground, and the Bloons has done a video of the Axes of Mortar on Spillway. But now it is time for the true master of the Mortars to make his debut. By the way, self-proclaimed, it's not really a official confirmed title. Right, let's put our ninja down here. Number 1 for round 24. And number 2, I'm going to need an early mower pop in order to help us get through this scenario. But trying to get 3 mortars in this little space is more difficult than you think, because we also need to put down Jones in order to make those pesky DETs not as annoying, especially for the big one, as it would normally be, because Ninja Kiwi, in one of the more recent updates, has decided that the biggest one, if it has camera detection, can no longer damage DETs. Speaking of Striker Jones, now let's put him down over here, which means there's just enough room left up here for mortar, then another room here for the mortar, and then another room here for a mortar. And then that just leaves us with a tiny amount of space near Striker Jones and in between all the 3 mortars in order to put down another tower. Now, what will that other tower be? Well, that's just going to have to wait until later. Round 14. Can we do this without an ability? Hopefully we can. There we go. Now we can place down one of our 3 mortars of the day. We'll put you down here with as much space as possible. I know this is boring to watch, but I do want to get this as snug as I possibly can, because there won't be a room for a village, but there is room for everything else. But we do need to be careful on this round because there are pink balloons, and I need to be very mindful of where I put my cursor so that we can pop all of these, because the idea sometimes is not to immediately pop the frontmost balloon, but try and weaken all of the balloons on the screen so that then we are able to then pop everything. Okay, we're going to do a concussive shell to stop those yellows in their track, and that should be round 15. Sometimes a really difficult round. I'm feeling Burny Stuff is going to be really good for the early game, just so that we don't have as much incentivization to hit every single target multiple times, because the Burny Stuff can do the rest of the damage. I also forgot to mention this, but we're going to try and do this with every single one of our mortars having the Burny Stuff. Now, there's only really like one Burny Stuff that can be applied at any given point in time, and obviously the one that you would always want to have is Blooncineration. But nah, this entire battlefield is not going to be with corn, it's going to be in hellfire. Single red left, there we go. Okay, black balloon. This is one I quite fear, but alas, our ninja is at the front, which makes the black balloons not as viable to get through, and Jones is now at level 5, which means that black balloons are partially weak from explosives. Pop it! Thank you. Thank you, Burny Stuff, for applying your tick then and there. And just one more balloon, and there we go. A 022 mortar. Right, the Burny Stuff will not apply to the black balloons because we don't have MIB on our mortar, which would enable it to have the Burny Stuff applied. Okay, so you're going to be dealt with a ninja. That's pretty good. Now we've got to get the second mortar in as snug as we possibly can on the top right, so we can fit another mortar on the left, because I've worked this out, and if it's not snugged in enough, then you won't be able to get a mortar on the left hand side. Well, I've got 2 mortars here. Let's put you over there to catch a few of them off guard, and then hopefully we'll be able to do this. I wish all the Burny Stuffs would stack. So you have Poppin' Ore Burny, Blooncineration Burny, the biggest one Burny, all of their ticks going off. Lead balloons, gotta go with the Burny Stuff. That's one of my pre-requirements. Although the only one which is gonna have a bigger explosive radius is gonna be the biggest one. Right, let's get Signal Flare on the field. Okay, I'm going to have the heavy shells one more or less microing everything, because the other two, one of them is going to either decamo or the... You know what, game? Maybe you should actually land your mortar on the ground rather than just having it hovering in the air just because I changed your cursor. And yes, I was aware that we died to a yellow balloon. Right, good riddance, yellow balloons. May you not plague me ever again. Thank you. But we've still got the threat of black balloons. Why is it always like the 30s and 40s? They just hate explosive towers. Right, speaking of explosive towers, now let's go with heavy shells so that the threat of black balloons is not as imminent. Also, the good thing about heavy shells is it also fires faster than usual. I think the round 40 Moab is going to be the most difficult one to try and counter this entire game, because at the moment I'm looking at my finances and I don't think I've got any good options at the moment. Unless we can get artillery battery for round 40, but the Burny Stuff is going very well here. Keep an eye on these ceramics. Luckily, the Burny Stuff is really pervading through. Brilliant. Awesome. Hopefully we can get the artillery battery for round 40. That is my goal, my objective. And black balloons can get the Burny Stuff now that heavy shells has the normal damage type. Okay, we can get artillery battery. Good. Okay, we've got a counter for round 40. Okay, so now let's do this. I wish the UI was not in the way, but alas, that is just going to have to be the way things are. Let us eradicate this Moab, please. Please. Thank you. Go away. The signal flare radius is larger than the blast radius of the damaging aspect of the mortar shell. So we're going to have you square dab in the middle of this square corn, and hopefully you'll be able to decamoufy everything, all ready for the artillery battery to pummel them into submission. Speaking of pummeling to submission, now let's put down our third mortar. Are you kidding me? Do I have to start this again because of a slight adjustment that I needed to make? Oh, there is a very, very narrow gap. I wish it was top left, because now I can't fit in another tower which I wanted to fit in. Like, you could perfectly align two mortars along this top row, but alas, I cannot. And I cannot fit in a particular tower which I wanted later on to make round 100 easier. Well, that's just great, isn't it? Just little pixels that make all the difference. Yes, signal flare is doing its work when it comes to decamification, and that's what this thing is really for. Decamifying the balloons. Okay, auto start should be on. Okay, and the big one is now on. At this given point in time, the big one's Burny Stuff is the most potent one, and just by landing on a ceramic, it just instantly kills it. Because the shell does a big amount of damage, but the Burny Stuff finishes it off. Now the question is, which tier 5 should I get first? I honestly am leaning towards the biggest one, because not only does it do a huge amount of damage with the shell itself, the Burny Stuff that it applies does a huge amount of damage. It's better for single target damage, but obviously with the middle cross path it's better for stunning and crowd control and all that jazz. Maybe I can use this ninja for another thing, although if we do have the money, maybe I'll give it the sticky bomb treatment just to help us out with the bad around 100. Yeah, all you're missing out really is just a lot of microing. There you go. In one of the more recent updates, the Papa Nor's Burny Stuff damage has been increased, but I still don't think that it's quite as powerful as having just Balloon Buster in general. With the addition of the big one, I don't have to worry about ceramics as much now, just because they'll just get instantly charred by the big one. So now what the artillery battery has to do is just focus on the Moabs. Round 58 has the most amount of Moabs in the 50s, so just something to take into consideration. There we go, that's all that done. Brilliant, brilliant. And that is done. And dusted after this Moab. As long as I can keep on top of all of these Moabs, and that's good. But if worse does come to shove, then I can use the artillery battery's ability. And if it becomes even worse, then we can use Striker Jones's level 10 ability, which enables him to reset the cooldown on all abilities of bomb shooters and mortar monkeys. Good for the artillery battery. Speaking of which, we're going to use the artillery battery's ability on this BFB. She does a lot of, well, it needs a lot of damage applied. Come on now, come on now, come on now. You can do it. You can also do this, thank you very much. I may even need to micro multiple mortars, namely the big one and the artillery battery. Keep forgetting the name of stuff now. This round is looking a little dicey, but I would like to save my level 10 ability for round 62. Okay, I'm going to need you to move over here now so you can take care of the ceramics once they're exposed to the elements, the corn elements, and the burny stuff elements. There we go. And switch you all back to over here now. I'm not so concerned about the signal flare though. I'm always concerned when a balloon is not being popped fast enough by the burny stuff. Oh, it does a bit of damage, the artillery battery's burny stuff. Unless of course the big one's radius is just that big. Okay. Fortified Moabs now. A little bit concerned about them. Again, if this was the only round 63 counter, then I'll be a bit concerned right about now, but I'm not concerned. Not concerned. Okay, I'm going to put you over here. Don't need to worry about the regrow balloons because the big one is operational. Good. Now round 63. Let's just pummel all of these at the same time. Brilliant. The artillery battery can finish off anything, but the big one can't. Brilliant. I just wish the shockwave damage would also apply burning stuff, but there we go. We can't have them all. And that's round 63 sorted. That's brilliant. One of the best towers to use against round 63. It is a God-given right. Come on, do the burny stuff damage. Okay, move the big one over here to do a lot of damage against the smaller balloons. And this is not what you call looking good. I mean, you do have a bit of yellow in you. Let's use the ability on use. Then switch them over to here. Move the big one to the center. And hopefully this might do it. Move you over there. Let's clear up. And that should be much better. But again, no, that's not looking good at all. Oh, thank goodness for that. That was just about. That third fortified mob, I swear, has more HP, but that's just me. Right, BFBs abound. Let us now use the artillery battery's ability. Yeah, this is definitely our main Moab killer at the moment. No question or shadow of doubt about that. Again, we don't need to upgrade the signal flare. There is no reason to upgrade it at this given point in time. Like, I don't really need its capabilities at the moment. Oh, goodness sakes, again with you, yellow balloon. Well, I'm going to use the ability, and then if I need to, I will use Striker Jones's level 10. Now, do keep in mind that it takes a whole huge amount of time, in order for it to come back. So again, you need to be careful of when you use it. You don't just use it willy-nilly. Use it when you think you really need to use it. And I'm worried about the backmost mobs on this round because they're fortified. Okay, yep, there's the fortified. Big one, please burn them. Your burning stuff is very, very good. I think it's more burning stuff than the artillery battery provides, honestly. And that should be okay. Okay, I'm just going to use a concussive shell from Jones. And that should be... Oh my goodness sakes, not again! Please pop, thank you, using Jones's level 7 ability to help us out there. Fortified balloons are so annoying! Speaking of fortified, no. Right, let's use the artillery battery's ability here. Hopefully we can get some of these fortified ceramics in check. Alright, can we please afford the biggest one at some point? I need something else for mortars. We can't just do this with the A-Bat, which is artillery battery, if you're wondering. Come on. I think we... 3 really, game? This is such a tease. The only reason why I'm sounding mad is because I know I can do this, but the game just wants to do stuff like this to me. Really annoying. Okay, biggest one is now online. Take out all of them, please. This should be what I need for the balloon's detonation. There we go. Look at that. Splendid work. I just wish your shockwave damage wouldn't transform them all to zebra balloons where you may not have the chance of popping them, despite the fact that your explosion is so massive. I wonder what other axis of insert tower names that you can do on this map while also doing the no harvest achievement. Because you do have a small amount of space, so it's not like you can put down 3 incredibly big footprint towers like 3 helicopters, for example. Even though I do think nowadays it's impossible to do it because of the price increase to the Comanche Commander. Whereas like beforehand, you only had 1,000 or 2,000 left from purchasing the 3 helis. I've completely forgotten the prices of all of them now combined, but it's like they are so expensive overall when you consider the costs of all of them put together. So yeah, maybe that is a thing nowadays that can't be done. But I'm glad I made the video when I did, when the Comanche Commander was cheaper. You want to see what they're doing to fortified Moabs? Just stuff, okay? Just absolute stuff. And this round, more stuff. Next up is going to be the Pop and Ore, which, like the Comanche Commander, has had its price increase recently. Not the best of things ever, but it is probably the best of the mortars when it comes to getting A2 megapops, just because of its versatility mid-game as well with the artillery battery. Alright, can this signal flare decamouflage all of these purple balloons? Yes, it can. All of these ceramics decamouflage all these purple balloons. What am I talking about? This is not round 95. But I do have to be wary of round 95 at some point. I mean, it is a round with a huge amount of balloons to decamouflage. Last few balloons left. Hopefully you incinerate absolutely everything in sight. You do temporarily pause the Moabs, but obviously you'll be more effective at stunning with the middle cross path. Okay, let's aim both of you up here now. Let us get that damage going. Okay, in between the pauses, you do see a massive amount of damage just being inflicted upon it when there's no shell fired on it. And that's the Burny Stuff incineration happening. Come on, happen please, happen please, happen please. There we go, it happened. Get them down and dusted. Maybe I should put you over here actually, just because your explosive radius is able to hit over here, over here, and over here. Maybe that is the sound strategy. It's nearly instantly killing all of these super ceramics, which is good. Now it's the fortified menace. Maybe I should upgrade to shattering shells before anything else, but I'd rather get Pop and Ore as soon as possible, which is looking to be very near now. Very near. Oh gosh.
They're getting through.
Yeah, thanks for that, Jones. I needed that clarification. I may need to micro with the biggest one instead of the artillery battery. I think that's where my problem lies, actually, because the majority of our damage at the moment is with the biggest one. And I keep trying to micro the artillery battery instead, which is definitely not the dumb thing. And we have much better results as a result of it. Here we go. Pop and Ore is now with us. Oh, this is just beautiful now. If you survive a round with the biggest one, then the Pop and Ore will definitely seal your fate. This is just a beautiful sight to behold. Let's go shattering shells now. And with this ability here, now we can use it when we want to. So now let's use it while it's in the radius of the biggest one. Although that wasn't as much damage as I thought it was going to do, but alas, once Striker Jones gets to level 20, then Artillery Commander will also enable all of our mortars for a short period of time to do double the damage. I think that's going to be really needed for a particular round where there's a bad on it. Slowly chugging our way through the game. Sometimes we are met with great difficulty, but of course with anything in life, things are better rewarded when there was a challenge in place to make you get that reward. I just wish you did more damage, but I guess your damage is better, Poppinor ability, when you have the Balloon Buster in place. I can only blame myself, though, for the self-imposed rule of every mortar I have has to have the Burny Stuff. Right, let's move you over here now, so that you can catch up with these. Yeah, Mobs and BFBs are able to be stunned for a longer period of time than, let's say, DDTs and ZOMGs. And that's if the biggest one can hit DDTs. With the correct damage type and camo detection, or the lack of camo on them, then we can do it. We can do it! Where's Striker Jones now at? Oh, okay, so at round 90, the biggest one will always be able to do damage against DDTs. Brilliant! Absolutely fantastic! Come on, go down now, go down now, go down now, go down now, go down now. Oh yes, of course! Shattering Shells is removing the fortified layer off. That's good, that's good. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, let's just use that now. Now, I'm a bit concerned about the damage for 2 DDTs, because obviously these two can't damage DDTs until this thing decamofies them. Okay, round 92, Jones is at level 20, which means now Artillery Command is able to do the command of double damage. But that command is only issued for a short, brief period of time, I mean. If you'd like to see videos like this in the future and you have not subscribed yet, then what are you doing? Click that subscribe button so that you can see videos like this in the future. Now, I've not upgraded our Engineer or Ninja yet because of pricing. I would like to be able to actually get the Blooncineration upgrade. Thank you very much. Okay, okay, good, 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 good. Good gravy drops. Okay, round 93. What are we going to do here? Waiting for the DDTs to all spawn out? Round 95. That could be a concern because of all of the DDTs we need to damage, but let's use Poppinor only around 95, and then we can use Artillery Command to get the Poppinor ability back, so therefore we can use it twice throughout the round, therefore being able to do as much damage on the DDTs as we physically possibly can. I would like to use the ability for this round since there are a lot of ZMGs, but we can't risk it. We need it for round 95. We need it for that crowd control. We need it for the damage. We need it for the stalling. We need it for everything. Oh gosh. Speaking of, move you over here, the biggest one. Please do enough damage everything so we can deal the damage to the balloons. This is not really a scenario designed for these sort of towers, really. But alas, I am doing it, I think. Okay, now let's use Concussive Shell to bring all of these down. Okay, thank goodness for that. Okay, round 95. Can we deal the damage we need against all of these behemoths? Hopefully we can. Hopefully. We need camera detection for everything, to be honest. Our problems could be solved if we just had camera detection for everything, but I guess that's not going to be the case. Okay, let us wait out as long as possible. As long as possible. Okay, that's the first sign. Okay. But as long as these are stored down here, then multiple DTs can be there. Okay. Okay. Let's use this again now, and that should... Okay, let's decamoufy this last DDT, and that is round 95 solved. That's brilliant. The beauty of the Poppinor ability combined with Striker Jones's level 20. Absolutely beautiful work at play here. And we now soon have the money for the final tier 5 to complete the trifecta of tier 5 mortars. The Blooncineration. And it's going to be very much needed for round 97 because we need to defortify those ZMGs once they go down to BFBs. Come on, stuns. Come on, everything. We know that you can do this. Come on now. I believe in you, mortars. My beloveds, my babies, my beautiful children. Destroying the helium behemoths. No, I don't want to move the...
They're getting...
I also pray sometimes that this game would give a better functionality when players click on a certain aspect of the game, but I guess that's just how it's gonna be. Come on, please. This time I really believe in you. Okay, let's put shattering shells over there. Please, pop them all. I need you to be all popped. Oh, come on, please. I need to use the ability on this round. I don't like it, but I guess we're gonna have to. Okay, round 97. We got the Blooncineration now, but perhaps this is not the best decision ever because of the fact I would like popping our ability back for round 98. Although then again, I still would like the aspect where what do I call it? Where I need to use it on round 99. But then there's also round 100 as well. There's so many factors in play here. I don't like it. Okay, we've got the popping on. Maybe I was a bit too cautious there, and we just needed to deliver all the damage in which we need. Okay, but now they're defortified. That's brilliant. Let's move the biggest one over there. And that is that. Okay, the biggest round of them all. Round 90. Okay, I'm going to put the Blooncineration up there where it will be able to defortify everything and do a huge amount of damage to everything up there. Please do the do. The fortified BFBs are being instantly incinerated, which is what we're after. Get them all incinerated down. Let's move you now over there to where you're able to do a lot of water fire damage against everything here. Biggest one over there, please. There we go. Okay, so I don't think I'll be able to decamouflage everything on this round. It definitely needs the shell contact in order to... Oh no, it's just the Burny Stuff that we need. Okay, that's brilliant. We don't need to... Oh my goodness sakes, that's good. I love that. The water fire can also decamouflage. That's good. Okay. Everything on the bad. Okay, we've got 17k left, so if we fail this, then we do have options in order to help us out here. Okay, I could just put the biggest one there and Blooncineration. The biggest one there and then Blooncineration with a popping or micro this. Can we do it though? That looks to be good. That looks to be a very good progression so far. Hopefully we can pop all this. Put the Blooncineration down here. Okay. They're looking to get very close to the end of the track. I would like to use Poppenor twice if I can. There we go. Oh my god, that was so close. That was so close to the exit there. Okay, let's hold off from using it for as long as possible. Okay, biggest one at the end. Then that. Okay, let's just use everything. And that is the Axes of Mortar. No harvest. Chimps. And we got an Alchemist's Award. So there we go, everybody. This sort of thing can be done. And because of the shattering shells, it means that a lot of our damage is removed from the equation. That just happens. So yeah. Even though the Blooncineration did the least amount of damage because we summoned it last out of all of the tier 5 mortars, at the very last few portions of the run, it was actually probably the most important tier 5 that we have down. I just love all of the explosions because of the pop and all that's happening, but that's brilliant. Every single one of these with the Burny Stuff trait at the very least. Obviously with you just got a bit more because that's your speciality. But this has been a fantastic run. I know I did a lot of moaning throughout the run, but it's like round 66 in particular really irritated me because of the artillery battery and being on cooldown, and also Striker Jones's level 10 also being on cooldown. So yeah, maybe this is probably the cheapest possible way of Axes and Mortars with 18k left to spare. Maybe I could have placed in a slightly cheaper starting tower, but nah. We've got another secret hidden spot here we could have used, but we didn't need it. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. This has been the Axes of Mortars. Also doing no harvest as well. That's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. A top tier run. unleashing hellfire on the cornfields themselves. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below, and tell me what other axes of something you'd like to see on the cornfield. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves.